Has the world had enough of Will Smith acting perfect?
Everybody needs to do what I say.
He just overdoes it.
I've read 50 books on marriage.
I liked Will Smith better when I didn't know all this shit.
Is this the downfall of the world's biggest movie star?
I was failing miserably.
There's a petition
to stop Will and Jada Smith from doing any more interviews.
I got into an entanglement with August.
Why do we have to know Will's business like this, dog?
It's not Jada's fault.
It had been so long since I felt good.
It's not the kid's fault.
I was going to be the best father the planet had ever seen, or I was going to be dead.
It's his fault.
I was a coward.
People who chase perfection are always hiding something dark.
I decided to be funny, to constantly please others.
The funnier the person, the greater the pain.
No one knew he was hiding a secret about his father.
I grew up in a household where I was scared and watched my father beat my mother up. I'd always told myself that I would one day avenge my mother.
He wanted to kill his own father.
One night, as I delicately wheeled him toward the bathroom, a darkness arose within me. I paused at the top of the stairs. I could shove him down and easily get away with it. I watched my father punch my mother so hard that she spit up blood. Watching my father's fists collide with the woman I loved most in the world. Watching as she collapsed on the ground, helpless, I just stood there. I was my mom's oldest son. I was less than 10 yards away, and I was the only chance she had for help. Yet I did nothing. She went to work and didn't come home. She was done. I wanted to be with her too, but I was too scared to leave. I was a coward. Everything that I'd done has been driven by sort of an unspoken series of apologies to my mother for my inaction.
Feeling like a coward, Will started doing everything he could to be better than his dad.
I grew up in a household where I was scared and watched my father beat my mother up. So I was gonna build the complete opposite of that.
Yeah.
I decided to be funny, to constantly please others, to keep them laughing and smiling.
Will became the biggest star in the world, desperate to build the successful family he never had.
I never wanted to be broke. In my mind, I had seen my father's alcoholism and violence as a result of living hand to mouth. I had a public perception
He had the public
that I
perception
wanted
that he
to project of our relationship, of the family and what my kids are and what my wife is. The Karate Kid, Whip My Hair, Hawthorne, and the Nobel Peace Prize. Our family did that within a 6-month period. There is no enough.
The Smith family is worth a combined $416 million.
He's a force to be reckoned with.
Everybody needs to do what I say so we can get this money right, we can get this life right. Externally, our family was winning.
You're so concerned about creating this picture that you have in your mind, but you can't even see the blessing that is standing right there in front of you.
Will thought he'd built the perfect family until his daughter Willow exposed him.
And I'll never forget, she was eating ice cream. She was talking to Jada. She said, "Mommy, it's so sad." And she was rubbing my face. And Jada said, "What, baby?" She said, "Daddy has a picture of a family in his mind, and it's not us."
Will was so blinded by his fear, he couldn't see it was destroying his family.
There was a period where Mommy woke up and cried 45 days straight.
It had been so long since I felt good.
We decided that we were going to separate for a period of time. I think that's the worst I've ever felt in our marriage.
Jada Smith reveals secret affair with R&B singer August Alsina.
I was failing miserably. On the inside, I was still that same insecure little boy that was trying to prove something.
But an unexpected phone call gave him the chance to face the source of his fear.
Daddy-O knew he was dying. "So how long?" I said. "You should come home." As a child, I'd always told myself that I would one day avenge my mother, that when I was big enough, when I was strong enough, when I was no longer a coward, I would slay him. I came to see him every week. One night, as I delicately wheeled him from his bedroom toward the bathroom, a darkness arose within me. The path between the two rooms goes past the top of the stairs. I paused at the top of the stairs. I could shove him down and easily get away with it. No one would ever believe I killed my father on purpose.
As he stood at the top of the stairs, Will realized he had to live from love, not fear.
Love is not punishing people and beating on them for what they did.
As the decades of pain and anger and resentment coursed, then receded, I shook my head and proceeded to wheel Daddy-O to the bathroom.
You can't punish people for mistakes.
And when his dad died, Will channeled the love he showed his dad towards his family.
Personal confrontation with death made me see the value of time and the fact that the only elixir is love. I want to be with my family and with my friends.
Will and Jada Smith have reconciled and are stronger than ever.
I worked on myself. I've read 50 books on marriage and relationships.
We have really gotten to that new place of unconditional love.
With his family by his side, Will let go of his fear and embraced the truth.
There were things I never said in public, and by never saying them out loud, you actually never deal with them internally. I wanted to have the freedom to say, hey, this is me. It doesn't match the image. It's actually a scared little boy who thinks he's a coward because he couldn't defend his mom. My mother and I, for my entire life, we never brought it up. She had no idea that I processed it that way. She reassured little Will that there was nothing that he could have done.
I never thought he was a coward.
Of course. I can be me, and I don't have to live up to Will Smith.
And now Will focuses on spreading love.
The first half of my life was gather, 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 gather. And now this second half of my life is give it, give it, give it, give it.
I've interviewed you many times, always had fun, always big laughs. But there's something about you now that feels like you have aligned with your spirit and your body.
I've looked at my life as an arc from fear to love.
To love and to be loved is really all there is.